This is ridiculous, bro. The stream is live and you make a noise during the countdown.
Well, that's how they know we live. It must be an ass because it ain't your face. I'm just kidding. That's not the intro. This ain't Texas, and we don't hold them. We taking part into a whole new level. There's only 4 men uniquely suited for the job. We ain't asking, we ain't begging, we taking and we hitting you with the panhandle slam. There's no Tom and Nick Mysterio with our truth here. It's time for the Three Amigos podcast show. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let's get into the pleasantries and introduce to you the Amigos, right? First and foremost, as always, there's no shook hands in Brooklyn. If you don't know me, you will. I am the voice in the people's choice, the hardest working man in showbiz. I am brilliant, bright, but always willing to fight. I am Brandon Dog.
Cam, don't ever stick and move like that.
He trying to
You
get hit.
notice
That's
I
all.
didn't stick. I just moved. That's all I did.
Well, what
Sway.
you need to do is
Nonetheless,
move the
that's the
fuck up on
perfect.
out of here.
That's the perfect segue into
Don't
our
interrupt his
next
intros.
amigo.
Don't interrupt his intros.
That's all right. That's all right. We're going to interrupt his or cut his. Hailing from the Lawrence Borough, Brooklyn, repping Flatbush to the fullest. He is the voice of our turnbuckle talk and the realest on the turntable. He's
Yes,
the
sir.
grand opening and the grand closing.
Yes,
He's
sir.
high profile.
You damn right.
It's the Panamanian God. He
Mhm.
is the Marshall King.
Listen. A lot of people might think the Panamanian guy's Roberto Duran, but he don't got nothing on me. Nonetheless,
I know
I'm
that's
happy to be back.
We back.
I'm happy
Like
to
we
be
never
back.
left.
I'm excited.
You
It's
excited?
a new fucking Sunday, and we are here.
Oh, it is a Sunday. Today is Sunday. It's All-Star Weekend. It's Black
Yeah,
History
right.
Month. Black Heritage Month. Next, he just changed the setting to let you know he put on the red light special like it's TLC. He's built, standing at 7 foot. He's lyrical, miracle, spiritual, criminal, minimal, bare minimum aluminum bars. He's the voice that makes all of the ladies moist. That's his words, not mine. He's the host, formerly known as Big Daddy Cool, Sour Diezel. He is now Diezel Washington.
That one had a reverb.
Wow.
I am back.
I don't know if he's the Brood. I don't know if he's the Boogeyman. I don't know.
I am back. I am back. I am back. Congratulations. You're welcome. I am here. I
Wow.
know you love me, and I love you too.
We're so happy
I mean,
to
come
have
on,
you here. Last but
Come
not
on,
least,
it's me.
it's you, right? Last but not least, get your pen and paper because he's going to draw out our pen and perspectives. And you're going to learn to love it. I want y'all to holler because he is unapologetically the Grenadian scholar. He's the whole package and you got to take it. He is masquerades.
What the fuck is you doing? What you doing? A bacon head bounce, bitch?
He said he got the whole package. You got to take it.
He's the whole package, and you gotta
This
take
nigga-
it. Damn it! When
this
Amazon
nigga
deliver
think-
it at the door, you gotta open the door and take it. All of
This
it.
nigga think he's Case.
All of
You
it.
ain't
Damn it! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah,
Thank you for those good intros.
It's all
If
right,
you don't
brother.
know
It's
us,
all right.
Now hopefully you do know. I just want to take this time out to talk a little bit about community. I'm talking about our community. That's us right here at the Three Amigos. Here, you want to be. This is a chance to be a part of our community. I want to encourage you, if you don't already, to subscribe, share, comment, like, get in the conversation because it's not just us talking. It's y'all out there listening. We want y'all to get in on the conversation. So let's put on our headsets and posture ourselves to get in the gorilla position. We're going to go straight into the gorilla position. And what I want to know from you guys is that anybody could take this. I'm not going to pick on anyone in particular. I want to know, what was your first ever live professional wrestling event? Do you remember the card and what was the experience like? Somebody take it away.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna jump in. Oh. All right. I'm gonna tag you in, brother. Hot tag. Go ahead.
That means you go now.
Yeah,
Tag you.
my first wrestling event. My first wrestling event, aside from me being in it, like aside from me having my own match, and
Was that live?
it had to been yeah, it was.
Was there an audience
It was a
there? And I
Raw.
don't mean the other people waiting in line to be body slammed.
No, it was an audience. We had a sellout park event. But
So not part of it.
What's that? Wingate? What the hell is
but
this?
come on. We're moving from that now, okay? I don't want to talk about my in the ring. We'll
Right.
get to that at another time and place. But so my first wrestling event had to been it was a Raw. It was a Raw at the Barclays.
Okay.
Matter of fact, me and you went.
I know.
You
Tell us all
remember?
about it.
That was my first event. That was my first. Yeah, that was my first event. I was amazed. I was shocked. I was like, it's a different world. Like if you haven't never been to a live event, ladies and gentlemen, the listeners, the viewers out there, feeling to be a part of it than to watching it. Like I was like a fucking kid to see all these people, and it was like they're like me. They have this light for the sport entertainment, and it was just wow. I really enjoyed myself that night. I can't remember the card, but all I do remember is when I don't remember Simon Man came down with the elbow on Undertaker, but I think he missed. That's the only thing I remember from there. But yeah, hot tag to Peanut Head.
It's more
That's
almond
you.
shaped,
Damn.
right?
Oh, me? Okay, thank you. Good job. All right. All right, so my first live wrestling event was at Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
I was hyped. I think after my mom realized like she can't get me to stop watch wrestling, she just kind of just leaned into it and just finally brought me to a wrestling show. I don't remember the card. I do remembering it feeling like bittersweet because I thought we was going to Monday Night Raw, right? But we went to a live house show, and I was like, this is my first experience of this, and like they had titles on the line. I'm like, well, we're not on TV. Is this title really on the line? Like, I don't remember who was on the card, but I know it was the late '90s sometime. And it was really fun. Like the live crowd, like the responses was crazy. I remember feeling like this is really different because I'm used to hearing the commentary when I'm watching on TV, and when you're there live, there is no commentary to hear. So it was just like it was really fun as a little kid trying to figure out what was going on and if like everything happening here is going to be like shown on TV, like you know what I mean. So I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
What was more interesting about that is the fact that your mother tried to stop you from watching wrestling?
Yeah. So
it was of the devil?
No, not like that. Not like that. Like
just asking.
My grandfather was into wrestling, right? But I kind of learned he was into wrestling a little bit later. But my mama always had me trying to learn different things, right? And I guess she felt wrestling was a waste of time, right? So, we only had like 2 TVs in the house. At the time, we had the black box cable. And so when wrestling come on, I'm tying up a TV, right? Now, my mom wasn't watching TV, but the mere fact that I was like tying up a TV to watch something that she thought was a waste of time, she wanted me to go read a book or something. I'm like, it's like 9 o'clock in the night. I just want to watch wrestling.
Reading is fundamental, nigga. It don't matter.
It is. I read earlier for homework. Like I don't need to read. I want to watch The Rock. Stone Cold. You know what I mean?
All right, hot tag the mash out. What was your first ever live professional wrestling event, and do you remember the card, and what was the experience like?
I don't necessarily remember the card, but the first show was at the Continental Airlines Arena.
Wow.
For Monday Night Raw. And the reason why I remember that is that I won tickets. Well, the older person won tickets and took us to see it. And that was like when I saw Stone Cold in person, and the crowd was on 1,000. I mean, I felt the rumbling of the arena. You know what I mean? You know, the Continental Airlines Arena is old as shit. So it's just that the wood seats, the shaking, the when the glass broke, everything just went bananas. You know what I'm saying? And I was hooked from that. Like, and I said that, you know what? I said I have to go to professional wrestling because, you know, I believe that our crowd is different than any other type of crowd. You know what I'm saying? I believe our crowd, our level of excitement, our energy level is on 1,000. The only thing I think it equates to is someone that's going to watch a soccer game, right? Because they're on 1,000, they chanted, they're shaking the seats, you know, and the rumbling of the stadium, and I think that's the same energy I got at the Continental Airlines Arena. I don't even think it's open anymore, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so. No.
Nah, I think they renamed it the Izod Center at one point, but I don't even know if that's still open.
I thought Continental was in what, Nassau? That's not in Jersey. That's in Jersey.
That's in Jersey.
It's in Jersey, but like it's near the Meadowlands. In the Meadowlands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my first event, I'm gonna tag myself at.
Yes,
my first
Brandon.
event was a little bit sooner than y'all's. It was April 21st, 1990, and it was.
I know that's right.
It was Earth Day, and I remember earlier we went on a school trip, and my mom went on the school trip too, which she was a hardworking woman. She never really took off. Shouts out to her. But I was like, why is she on the school trip too? And we went to the park and we saw this whole plant preservation, and I was dressed up really nice. And afterwards, we went to Madison Square Garden, and the main event was a Desert Storm match, handicap match. It was Sergeant Slaughter, General Adnan, and Colonel Mustafa taking on the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. That was the main event. And the first match was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat taking on Haku. And I'll never forget Ricky the Dragon Steamboat getting on the top rope and blowing the fire out. And remember from my seat, feeling the fire from my seat. And I was like, oh my God, this is really, really happening. I didn't care if it was happening on TV or not. I just was so enamored and excited by everything, seeing these larger than life superstars get in the ring, seeing them in person. Like, everybody knows Madison Square Garden is small. You can see from damn near any seat.
Larger than life superstars.
We had really good seats. And it's an experience I will never, ever, 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 ever forget. If you haven't went live, you have to go live. And I'm sorry that you don't hear commentary, but when you go with me, you get the best commentary ever sitting next to me, right? Mash out, right?
Yep.
Diezel.
That's what damn sure.
I'll be all in. Michael Cole, take the night off. I got it. But with that being said, that was the gorilla position. If you guys want to chime in on when was your first ever live professional wrestling event, and if you remember the card, make sure that you comment right here on this video, or you can chime in right now and let us know what it is. Maybe if we have time at the end of the show, we will read it, but we're going to move on because it's Black History Month, and we want to shine a light on them. That's right. We want to shine a light on individuals who have been putting it down on the mat, and tonight is no different. It's time to get theoretical. All right? We got Mr. Theo Ivory. Welcome to the Three Amigos show. You are an athlete, pro wrestler, actor, author, podcaster, commentator, ring announcer, popcorn seller, not to be confused with, Theo Huxtable. Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Theo Ivory.
Yeah, man.
Theo.
Whatever Santino used to do.
Wow, how are you? Welcome to the Three Amigos. It's been a while us trying to get you on the show. You are now here. You're here with us. And first things first, as always, the listeners and the viewers want to know exactly who is Theo Ivory and what does he bring to the world of professional wrestling?
Well, you gave me quite an amazing introduction, but for those who don't know, I am primarily a professional wrestler. That is the ultimate goal. That is the dream. That is the passion. That is the drive. But I am also a ring announcer. I do commentary. I'm somewhat of an agent. I've helped people put matches together. I've written 2 books. I was an extra in an Oscar-nominated film.
Which one? We have a Desby in here too.
Lincoln.
Oh, you was in Lincoln. Okay.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
yeah.
Is Daniel Day-Lewis really that crazy?
I only saw him from afar.
Uh-huh.
And it was terrifying, like how much he looked like Abraham Lincoln. But yeah, speaking of Black History Month, like that's crazy because I was actually in my junior year at Virginia State.
Okay.
Which for those who don't know is an HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, great full circle moment. I actually had to cut my hair for that movie. Oh my God.
What was your scene out of curiosity?
So I had three scenes. One scene was they had like all the Union soldiers doing a march.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that, and literally it's just us walking for like 10 seconds. You would not believe how many takes we had to do of that. It was insane. And it's just like literally it's just walking straight.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one scene. A second scene was I was dead. So yeah, we had like makeup to make you look like you were like brutalized and stuff. So I had to they had us like lay in the dirt like dead. Like we were dead on the battlefield, kind of.
Is it hard to play dead? It always seems like the most easiest thing to do in a movie. Is it hard to play dead?
No, it's not hard. Actually, the way that I got the role is I got shot really good.
You did one of the go downs that was like, the camera catch me.
So we had to do two. So they had all of us in like so this is in Virginia, mind you, and we're at the studio, and in front of the studio is like a really big lawn. So they had all of us stand on one side. And like, okay, so we're gonna need you to run from there to here. And like, they had the rifle. Of course, it's like a propped rifle. And they're like, and we need you to die two ways. Well, get shot and die two ways. The first is gonna be running, and the second is gonna be standing in place. So I did like a really good. Yeah, I got shot and killed really good. Makes sense that I'm a pro wrestler, right? Yeah. So that's how I got the role.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was wondering how the extra time. I thought it was gonna be like you fell and then somebody saw you and they discovered you and said, "Hey, the way you fell on the ground, you need to get into professional wrestling." Because you did.
No,
you're good at selling. You're good at selling.
A whole 5-year gap between the two.
So tell us a little bit about your road to the ropes. I mean, among the things that you stated and I stated in your intro, you received your BS in accounting from Virginia State and your MBA in 2012 from Long Island University in 2016. So talk to us about your road to the ropes. Like you said, it was a 5-year gap in between. Tell us about that journey.
At the time, it was a dream. It was like, I want to be a wrestler. I want to be a wrestler. Everyone's like, I want to be a wrestler. I want to be a wrestler. So I did Lincoln. That was November of 2011. November of 2011. Fast forward, I'm in grad school now. So I'm in New York. I'm back in New York. I'm in grad school. And I was like, you know what? Let me like, what's around? Like, so I started looking up wrestling schools.
Okay.
This is 2015, like right before it started getting cold. So the school that I found was Johnny Rod's.
Oh, okay.
So I contacted him, and he said, "Hey, yeah, come down for a meeting." So I went for a meeting. It was great. He was so great, but he told me the tuition. I was like, "Girl, I'm a college student, and I live in my parents' basement. What? Like, I do not have $3,000. Like, what?" So I was like, "Okay, so this is not gonna happen." And mind you, at this time, like anyone who ever talked about wrestling school always talked about, like just how expensive it was.
Right.
So this is 2015. So this is like around the time like the black and gold NXT is really starting to
take shape.
Picking up steam.
Yeah, that was the year of the
crazy.
Yeah, that was the year of the first Takeover Brooklyn. I was there.
Okay. Was that your first live?
No, my first was a live event in 2009.
Okay, we'll get back to that. Go to your road to the ring.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. So I was like, all right, that's not going to happen, Johnny Rods. I don't have that money, whatever. someone
How
on
much was they
Twitter,
asking for?
girl, $3,000.
3,000.
Okay.
And it's
Wait,
not like a
You
payment
must
plan.
be
It's
This
like,
3,000
wrestling like
cash.
The Rock for
yeah,
3,000.
no, they was like, yo, I need 3 stacks. Like
3 stacks cash. No
3
credit. No
stacks.
none of that. Like
Yeah, no payment plan,
all
no
that. No
installments. I
payment
need 3
plan. Nah.
stacks.
No
I
EBT.
have a question. Hold on. I have a question. Cam, did you sign up for the school too?
Huh? Oh no, I learned about it. Yeah, I learned about it. I
How about
tried.
this?
I ain't gonna lie.
You
No
knew.
cap.
They
He
was
downtown
tag team
Brooklyn. I
champions.
know what I know what Johnny Rods is. I know.
Yeah,
It's not about me. It's about Theo. It's about Theo. It's about Theo.
I'm so glad you came on
Those
because
are funny.
we didn't know Cam was having an aspiring wrestling career too. So
They're tag team champions. You didn't know that? They're
Yes.
both
What?
lesbians. They're both. No, this guy went to the school for
I'm
$3,000.
old. My hips,
They
my
was tag
back.
team
I can't wrestle. No, I could be a ref though one day, maybe.
yeah, I'm sorry, but go
That
ahead.
hurts too. Like that hurts too.
You know
Because you
what,
was a
Cam?
referee
You
one
kind
time.
I'm
of,
sorry.
you know
I
what,
still
Cam? You
am.
kind of do.
I'm sorry. I forgot to add that to my
Cam
list of
kinda-
things. I'm an active referee. I'm bugging. Thank you, Brandon.
An active
Thank you,
referee
Brandon.
as well. Wow.
Yes, I get paid to referee. Yes.
They pay well, or do you got to get like the stuff from the door? Like, all right, we make good money at the door. We hook you up. Or,
No. Because you guys, those of you who don't know, my home promotion is CZW, Combat Zone Wrestling.
Right.
So I've gotten ref bookings from other promoters that come to the show, and they're like, "Hey, you were really good. Like, I want you to ref on my show." I was like, "Okay, this is my information. This is my rate. My wrestler rate and my referee rate are the same because it's still my time, it's still my body, and I'm still performing.
Right.
So I get paid the same amount to count 3 and take bumps."
Okay. Anybody have a question for him? Opening up the floor because I want to ask all the questions.
Well, first of all, are you still residing in New York?
No, I'm in Philly.
Okay.
So to answer your question, I trail off. Sorry, I gotta finish the original question, which was my journey to the ropes. It was on Twitter. This guy DM'd me. He was like, "Hey, I know you love wrestling. I know you want to be a wrestler. There's this wrestling school near you in New Jersey. You might want to check it out. They have like a little contest going on." I look at it. It's the Monster Factory, world famous Monster Factory. You know, Sheamus came from there. A few other people. Oh, Damian Priest, who was also my coach.
Oh, wow. You were coaching by Damian Priest. That was one of the questions, but you answered it.
Yes.
Senior Money in the Bank?
Yeah, y'all call him Damian
Is that
Priest.
when he was fat?
No.
Okay.
No. That was years. That was a long time ago.
Okay.
That was like the 2000s. That wasn't even like the 2010s, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, he's Damian Priest to everybody. To me, he's Luis.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. Wow.
Oh, that's
amazing.
nice.
Shouts out to
Luis.
Sloane Jacobs. She was on NXT. Notorious Mimi. I just had him in my head. It's gonna come back. But for my school, back to the Monster Factory. So I was like, okay, let me check them out. It was basically a tryout.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a tryout. And if you won the tryout, you would get free tuition.
So you would get to come to the school and learn how to train as a wrestler for free.
For free, instead of having to pay $3,000.
Okay.
Right. So I went. It was mid-December. It's snowing. Everybody's standing outside in the snow. And I'm like, but I was like, let me get out the car. So I got out the car. I actually met my best friend that day, Nevaeh Chantel. Some of you know her, some of you don't, but that's my best friend. We met that day. Did the tryout. It was fun. And the owner, head coach, Danny Cage, he texted me. He said, hey, you did a good job. You impressed us. While you did not win, we would like to offer you half off your tuition. I was like, wow.
So you was like the second constellation prize. You got like half off the tuition.
I'll take it.
Okay, sure.
I will take it. So, they're like, hey, you can start training right away. And I was like, okay, well, I have 6 months left of grad school. So I want to finish that first. And then I want to do this. Because I lived in Long Island.
Long Island, New Jersey. That's a truth.
Yeah.
It's like
y'all know
island.
What the Verrazano was like. And then
I can imagine.
And I worked full time at an investment firm. So I'm at work from 10 to 6. My classes were night classes. So sometimes it'd be like 6:30 to 9 or 6:30 to 8, depending on the class. But on like the days I didn't have class, I'm like, I'm sorry, that's like 4 hours of driving. In addition to being in training for 2 hours or 3 hours.
So you only was in training for 3 hours? You traveled to train for 3?
No, that's why I didn't do it.
Oh, okay. Okay, just checking.
Right. It is in my right. Absolutely not. Don't get me wrong. There were people who were doing it. Not me, girl. Not me. Not me.
All right, girl.
A bitch is tired. Okay. A bitch is tired.
So
that's right.
So, a quick question. So being in the wrestling game, I mean, obviously you meet a lot of different people and different personalities and things of that nature. So, what do you think is like something a person that's starting in the indie scene currently that they should, you have to give them like some type of advice of how to make your way and how to navigate dealing with the fellow wrestlers? What would be your advice with that?
It's a great question. I wish more people would ask this question, and I wish more people knew how to answer it. Number one, know yourself. Know who the fuck you are. Maybe the fact that my father's a street dude, maybe that helped me because he always instilled in me, we are leaders, we are not followers. We don't follow behind nobody. We don't do what other people doing. We do our own thing. And we have a reason for doing everything that we do. So when you know yourself, I say that because it's like an umbrella. It encompasses so many other things. When you know yourself, you don't try to fit into crowds that you don't fit in. You don't put yourself in situations that you shouldn't be in. And you kind of just don't let yourself get sucked into the BS and the drama if that's not who you are.
Well, what are major keys?
What is the politics like on the indie scene?
So it depends. So for women are often booked by their sex appeal or how fuckable they are. Yeah.
Oh, so that's why Kiara Hogan has been a part of a lot of promotions. All right, come on. Now we're getting somewhere.
And I listen, I don't know why, because they know Kiara don't go that way. So Diamante will beat their ass. Like, try it if you want to. But that sucks for women because you have a lot of incredible female talent. But, if they don't have that look, they may not get the same opportunities. For guys, I can speak on my behalf. I've noticed it's very cliquey. So, like, I've seen people who cannot work nearly as good as I can and cannot tell a story nearly as good as I can. Yet they're getting booked. They're getting flown in. And I'm like, okay. So right. You see a lot of that. And that's why I say, like, you have to know yourself. Because I know myself, and knowing myself is knowing God.
Okay.
And can't nobody have my blessings.
That's true.
Right. So if I'm not booked on a particular show, if I'm not there, it's for a reason. And I guaranteed you every place, I was like, I want to be there. I want to be there. I want to be booked there. I want to be booked there. And I didn't get booked. I got left on red. Some shit always came out about that place later.
Oh, wow. in the
Not you sipping the
put
tea
the
though.
period on
Not
it.
you
Wow.
sipping the tea.
So it's like an
Period
omen.
on it.
It's like an omen.
So
Let me
with
tell you
that
something.
being said, I'd
The
like to
Lord don't
know
play.
how important is representation to you? Like as a black man, you keep saying, "Hey, girl." So clearly, as you know, a member of the LGBTQIA community as well, how
All of
important is
us.
representation to you in terms of the world of professional wrestling or any professional world?
I used to not think too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if that's because of what we're used to seeing. Growing up, like we had one black diva, had one black
Right. That was
guy, maybe two. Like like that's what I'm used to seeing growing up, and it's like, okay, well, there's one of us there. That's great. Um, but I was
Go,
like,
Alicia Fox.
go Foxy, and the girls in the back don't even know how to do her fucking makeup because she's black.
Mm-hmm. Or
Like,
her hair, for God's sake.
and she had to do her own goddamn hair.
You could tell.
Stop.
You are horrible. You are horrible.
Stop. But it fit her. It fit her. Like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, you better get off of Vic now.
No, I'm saying
I'm
went with her.
teasing.
She
I'm
was
teasing.
psycho. It looked like her hair was, untamed, as if you're someone who might not take care of your hair every day. It went together.
But as I got older, especially when I got into the business, and I had a fan come up to me. Never forget this. And it was a white fan. And it's a teenager, and they said, "You're my favorite wrestler because you're gay."
Oh wow!
And I was like, "That's just that." But she's like, "No." She's like, "Because you're not afraid to be who you are." And they're like, "I'm not there yet. Like I'm still shy. I'm not comfortable with who I am and to live that life. But you're living your life and your truth and who you are, and like that's so inspiring to me." And I was just like, wow, like you think about yourself so much that you don't even think about what someone else is thinking. Like when I was watching wrestling growing up, there was no one who looked like me. There was no one who looked like me.
That's true. Okay.
But now, you know how many people can say, "Wow, Theo looks like me."
Right. The dreads, the black, this is true. This is very, very true.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about a little kid walking up to you, and I wanted to know, as a creative, talk to us about a time when you were doubting yourself. And for the young listeners and young viewers out there, how did you face adversity and kind of wrestle through that?
In wrestling?
Life, wrestling, both.
Oh, life, pray.
Oh, pray?
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in a church.
Okay.
And while I don't go to church now, church is in here. Church is
the temple, right?
God is period.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful for that foundation because when life starts lifing,
right?
And I remember, then you remember. So anytime I actually just went through probably the worst period of my adult life. This just happened. I lost my job in September.
Wow.
And I filed for unemployment the same week. Normally, unemployment within 4 weeks. It was December, and my claim was still in process.
Oh wow! Wow.
Yeah, so I had cashed out. I put a little in my 401k, so a little bit I cashed out, and I paid up my rent for the next 2 months. So I'm like, all right, so hopefully by month 3, it should be,
Things will be happening for you. Yeah.
No, still in process. No money. My phone is not even off. My phone is disconnected. T-Mobile said, send that back. You can send that device back. My phone was off. The rent was about to come up again to be paid. Literally nothing. maybe like $2. And I said in October, because my birthday is in October, I said, you know what, I'm gonna fast in November.
Consecrate.
So for November, I gave up alcohol.
Oh.
And baby, I drink. I drink. Like
light
I
or
drink.
dark?
No, so I love a little vodka.
Vodka, okay.
I love vodka. But when I'm gonna make some bad decisions, I pull out the Henny.
Anything's possible.
When I want to be grown, I pull out the Henny.
Okay. Okay. Put a little hair on the chest.
What were we talking about? I'm sorry, I got sidetracked.
You're talking about fasting.
Diversity.
Yeah. So I have a drink or two every day. But I said, if you ask God if you want a blessing, you got to give something. And I was like, okay, well, and it has to be something that means something, So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. So for the whole month of November, no alcohol. And then by mid-December, my claim had went through. Everything went through. Everything was approved. Back paycheck was coming. But I had to go to Maryland and stay with my sister for a month.
Okay.
Because a bitch ain't had nowhere to stay. So I had to go to Maryland for a month, stay with my sister, her husband, and the kids. And it was great. It was great. I had a great time. It was a great recharge. But that's what I have to tell people. Like, when you have that adversity, when you have that your back is against the wall, number one, tell yourself God had already figured it out. You just have to get to it. You have to navigate it. But the shit is already figured out. You just got to figure out how to get there. And I hate to sound like a preacher, but that's what works for me.
Okay.
And some people have alternative beliefs. If you believe in the universe, then just substitute my words with the universe.
Did you start drinking again?
And did.
I just wanted
to claim.
It's called a fast. It's not called quitting.
It went through.
Take a break. You gonna come back.
Was the drinking? Did the drinking start when the claim kicked in? It doesn't sell it.
The first purchase.
When it kicked in, did the drinking start again?
Well, the drinking started before then because my brother, my brother-in-law would go to the liquor store. So.
Oh, you didn't purchase it, but if somebody else,
right.
was willing to.
No. For the month of November, no alcohol. Period.
Right, but December 1st, you was drinking.
Oh.
You were celebrating my birthday. That's right. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all.
Sure did. Yeah.
Cam, you had a question for the guest?
I do. So I would like for you to just tell us a little bit about your in-ring personality, if you can. And then I noticed you have a show called, I believe it's Tea Time with Theo, correct?
Yes, Tea Time with Theo, yes.
Right. And I like it. It's actually very entertaining. I love the British accent you put on. And I was wondering, like, you made the whole Tea Time World Championship. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. It's over there.
It's over there? I mean, yeah, if you want to pull it out, pull it out. But I just wanted to know, what is it about the, I guess, like the British...
I know that's right, Cam. I know that's right, Cam.
Can we be professional journalists here, guys?
I know that's right, Cam.
I'm just...
Are we?
Yeah.
Are we?
I figured... I figured there you go.
Oh, there you go. The tea time. There you go.
Oh, you meant to put the belt.
Okay. Yes, but sir, gentlemen, we are a respectable journalistic podcast.
You guys are funny.
The reigning, defending. You know what I mean? All right.
And I've been champion 10 days longer than Roman Reigns. Get into it.
I like that.
10 days more.
It's crazy
Okay,
because
go
I'm.
ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a longer title.
And that's a
than,
shoot.
I'm sorry, Neil. I want to get back to his question. He's asking about your character in Ring first.
Right.
Yes.
So what is it about your about the British culture that that draws you to it, like that connects
How
with you
many questions you got?
use that?
Yeah, let the man answer one first. Slow down,
It's
brother.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
actually glad.
It married into it, brother.
I'm glad you asked this question. So for my character, you guys can thank Trick Williams for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can thank him for that. So it was, I had not been in, so kind of skipped a little, but when I went to the Monster Factory, I was there for I trained for 2 months, but I wanted a family. And at that time, it was on the road 300 days a year. And, we had people coming from NXT telling us what it was like. And I'm like, I want a husband and kids. This ain't going to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I took my little 2 months of training and I left. I did little things here and there. And then Nevaeh was like, you should come check out CCW. I do Dojo Wars, which is like their NXT, if you will.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. So I went and then I did, and I was like, I love it. I spoke to DJ and he was like, yeah, you should come train. I started training. So my first class was a promo class. And Trick had just started training there recently. So I wrote up my promo and I had everything written. I was like, all right, boom, got this. He goes before me and pulls out the Sweet Daddy Trick character. And I'm like, I have to follow that.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you see on TV, he's nothing like that backstage. He's probably one of the kindest people in the world. He's so sweet. He's so chill. He's so laid back. But when he brings that out of him, it was like, where the fuck did that come from?
Mm.
So I'm like, I have to follow that. Okay, so I have to be something different. I was like, okay, oh my God, okay. I'm like, what can I do that's different? What can I do? Can I do an accent? I was like, ooh, I can do a British accent. Okay, let me do that. So I didn't write anything down. I just did a promo off the dome with the accent.
Freestyle.
And DJ and the rest of the class, and he said, I think I speak for everyone. And when I say, is that fucking accent real? And I say, yeah. I was like, yes and no. And he was like, you need to keep that. And, I got like a standing ovation, which was wild just to follow someone so dynamic. But where that came from is I was born and raised in Florida. I moved to New York when I was 8, when my mom had gotten sick. And at my grandparents' house, we had the black box cable. And that's when Spice World had came out.
The Spice Girls?
Yeah.
On the world tour?
Yeah. So every day, my cousin and I were watching Spice World. Like we did not watch it the day before. And we would, try to do the accent. And I could do it, but he couldn't. And I was so happy because oh my God, I can finally do something that you can't.
Like, damn it, I could be Scary, Baby, and Ginger Spice, bitch. What you?
Yeah. Because he was 2 years older than me, and we always played video games. And I could never do combos. I just don't think I have the coordination for it. Yeah, that I can't. But this nigga is doing like 57 times combos in Street Fighter and Soul Calibur and all this shit. And I'm like, so I was like, oh my God, I can do something that you can't. So I just always did the accent over the years as like a joke. It always made my stepmother laugh because she would be like, "Who is that?" But I would do it over the years to make people laugh. Um, and then I realized later, oh, the reason why I can do it so well is because I'm Jamaican.
Blood clot. All right.
But that's how it came to be. And then in the beginning, I just tried to. I didn't know what it was in the beginning. I was just figuring it out. I was like, okay, British people are known to be snobby. So maybe that. Little sass here and there. But I think over time, it's kind of fine-tuned itself to be more of what I wanted it to be, which is they said in the beginning, what do you want your character to be? I said, I want my character to be a real person. A real person is not a face or a heel. I was like, people respond to situations accordingly. Like if I'm a baby face and I lose a title, I'm not coming out the next night fucking smiling. I'm gonna be pissed. You know what I'm saying?
But even as the face, you don't want to come out like, guys, I'm gonna try harder, and this time we didn't just win it, but next time we're gonna get to it. Sour D's, did you have a question?
Oh yeah, I do have a interesting question. So, right,
You broke up a little
who
bit.
or what else? Oh, okay. Can you hear me now, please?
Yeah, we can
Yeah, I
hear
hear you.
you.
Okay. So aside from the Spice Girls, who or what else? Who or what else influenced your in ring and in life as well?
You said who influenced my in-ring style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My in-ring style, I would say, if I had to name 3 people, I would say, I'm just gonna say Chris Benoit, Molly Holly, and if I had to name a third person, I would probably say Jericho.
Chris Jericho. Okay.
Yeah, because I started watching in June of 2000, like height of the Attitude Era, and Chris Benoit always stood out to me because they always made a point to mention his height or like how smaller he was compared to everyone else. But he was so explosive and intense, you would never know Chris Benoit and I were the same height.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Well, I'm 5'9", he was 5'10".
So are those same 3 wrestlers your wrestler style would be your dream match? If you had to choose 3 people, that was your dream match?
My dream match is actually against Natalia.
Who?
Oh man,
Natalia.
Jimmy Lionheart. Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh.
This must be a technical match then. This is gonna be one.
Yeah, because that's my style. Everyone that I named is a pretty much a technical wrestler.
They are, yeah.
Right.
The thing I love about Jericho is he combined technical with charisma. Because he talked in his matches. He'd be like, "What? What?" And then the chat, and I would love that.
Wow.
Like that era of Y2J, bro, unmatched.
How do you feel about him now?
Child.
He's still working. Out of your 3, he's still actually working.
No, I have a ton of respect for him. Especially when he does interviews and he says like what happened then, and what he had to overcome. It makes you look at people in a different light, and it makes you respect them. Because you hear little things, and you're like, oh my god, this person. But like that meant a lot to me to hear what he went through. And when my coach Jimmy was nearing his end and he had to go Jimmy Rave, I remember Jericho was one of the first people who donated, and that meant a lot. So when Jimmy's was such a close personal friend of mine, and you know, when you see someone going through something like that,
Yeah.
You don't, even though the person has a ton of money, you don't have to do it, but he did, and that meant a lot to me.
So even with the allegations he got going on now, Jericho, you still supporting him with
There was one thing I heard about
the girl, you know, the Me Too, like he.
Yeah, I heard something
touched her
recently.
inappropriately.
I saw that recently, but I didn't really look into it. So
they call it doing a Vince McMahon. That's what they that's what they
Yeah, I can't comment on something I haven't done my research on. So
okay, fair enough. Very, very smart, Theo.
I'm sorry, I'm a researcher. I'm
clearly
checking every source. I'm checking everything.
I hope you do research. Some part of getting that MBA required some form of research or something, right? So you should be. I'm good at research. That was the past.
Listen, when you gotta cite sources.
I don't even. I'm not there yet. I'm waiting until I get there. I don't see it. I'm working my way.
Theo, any shoot fights that really happen?
For me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, have I gotten into fights?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us about the story?
I think the last fight I got into was like 2015. My cousin who's a female, went out with me to a gay club in Manhattan, and listen, I was in my prime. This is when I was feeling myself. This is when the body was snatched. This is when niggas was on me, and I had braces.
They was on your body. They know your body.
It was no, they didn't know. I mean, they knew it, but they ain't know.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Listen, and I had braces, and they was still on me. Okay, but she was talking to this guy in the club, and at some point, she saw him talking to a guy, and she's like, "Yeah, he really all up in that guy's face." So she started talking to him. She's like, "Yo, like, what's going on?" And he's like, "Well, you know, I'm bi." And she's like, oh, "Okay, you know, I love that for you, but I'm good. I'm no longer interested," which is fair. So we're outside and we're leaving, and he said something along the lines of, "Well, fuck you then, bitch."
Oh, wow. Sound like fighting words.
And I think I'm always a diffuser. I hate violence. I hate violence. I'm a diffuser.
That's a legend. I don't believe. I don't believe that.
I'm gonna say
anyone who knows me knows I'm such a
ambassador of violence. Now you a peacekeeper this week?
No, I'm such a peacekeeper. I'm a peacemaker. I'm like, hey, let's everybody just relax, calm down.
Right.
Let's regroup. Because I hate conflict. But I think I tried to say something to him, and all I know is I was on top of him on the ground, like.
Hands and feet.
They had to get some officials. They had to get
I was on him, and it was his hands. It was hands. And then my cousin is behind me. She's wearing a long fur pea coat, a mini skirt, pantyhose, and she has on stilettos. She is holding up her dress and her jacket, and she is stomping Stone Cold Steve Austin, mud hole stomping this nigga in his crotch.
Wow.
In his crotch.
Oh, yeah, I was doing the unicorn stampede.
Yeah, unicorn stampede.
I swear when you said that, when she lifted up her skirt and her dress and everything, I thought you were gonna say she peed on him.
No,
that would have been funny.
Something different with you, bro.
But no, literally, it's like simultaneous. I'm like, and she's like stomping, like.
So you had the top and she had the bottom.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And she was like, "You tried to hit my motherfucking cousin. You tried to hit my motherfucking cousin."
Wow.
It was.
I guess he was versed.
We had never gotten into a physical
Listen,
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the family genes just came out. It's in us.
It was over. It was over.
It was the
I
whoop
thought,
that
but
trick
I
moment.
thought the question
Whoop
was
that
toward
trick, kid.
what happened in the ring or backstage at an event. I didn't know.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But you know, this was a fun story too.
Oh, you mean like a
Yeah.
Sorry.
Allegedly, you got into a street fight. Allegedly.
Sorry.
Yep, there you go. Falls count anywhere in the club with my tag team partner. Fuck me, pump stilettos. Wow.
No.
Amazing.
No shoot fights for me.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I don't give people that energy.
He wound up telling us about the night in Syracuse.
With Shawn Michaels when he lost his smile. Well, on the light note,
no shoot fights for me.
We have a question. We have somebody has text in the question.
What's the
All right.
question?
Are you looking at any particular major companies right now to work for?
I would love to be anywhere that gives me financial stability.
Okay.
And allows me to utilize all of my talents.
Okay. Sounds like you are AEW bound. Okay, got it.
See that I don't know. I don't know because I know that. So I'm 33.
Okay.
I started wrestling much later than a lot of other people. I was almost 30 when I, started my official in-ring career, right? I know I'm not going to be able to do this for I have more years behind me than in front of me in terms of like in-ring wrestling wise, right? So I know eventually when the in-ring part, when you got to hang up the boots, you want to transition to something else, be it commentary or like a backstage role or a broadcast role or something. So I want to be able to do that, and not be like, oh my gosh, I can't wrestle anymore. Oh, what am I going to do? Right. What so many people do.
Okay. We got any more questions from the chat?
We do.
Okay. Next question. Wow, you're getting Q&A too. This is
amazing. Yes. I'm reading them as they come in. What is your favorite music?
What is your favorite music?
R&B. I'm sorry. I love me some heartbreak music.
Okay.
Does R&B still exist?
It does.
Yes, of course.
They say a lot of people are keeping R&B alive, like Summer Walker and
Money Long.
Yeah, Victoria Monet.
Jasmine Sullivan is still out there.
He just dropped a whole new album.
I mean,
I don't listen to people.
I mean, some of those people is not really no goddamn R&B.
That's cool. In your opinion,
I'm talking about some Tamia. Kim,
that was a time. This is a different time now.
Yeah.
That was.
You don't know my life. You don't know my life, brother. You always got something to say. Look, Mr. Theo, I have a question.
Yes.
So you said R&B is your favorite genre. What led you to pick your theme song?
I have loved that song since 2001. We're all in the same age range, so y'all know we grew up in the
older
era.
Than you.
But we're still in the same group.
We all in our 30s. Well, mash up.
Right, you a whole daddy. Go over there. But we grew up in the era of music videos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Naturally, when you grow up in that era, when you hear a song, you should automatically start visualizing what the visual would look like.
Mm-hmm.
And that just as a kid, I'm thinking Japan, cherry blossoms, geishas. I was just thinking Japan, right? So the theme that I had was I was using Nasty Girl, which was used by Layla. I loved that song. I loved that song. And the breakdown in it, But one of the companies I was working for, One Division Pro, when I was going to win my first world title, they were like, hey, we have to change your music because it has a WWE copyright. I was like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
I was like, I don't even think WWE cares about this song anymore because it's so nasty.
Oh, they care about it. That's they do. If they have some money attached to it, they care about it.
They care. Yeah.
Give it to them.
I was so mad. I was like, why don't they just give Layla back this song instead of that stupid insatiable nonsense? And then I listened to it and I was like, oh God.
It's kind of nasty, right?
You're
moving in a different era.
That's why I love it.
Mash out any other questions before we get into a quick game?
No questions from the audience.
Okay, so let's play.
I chose that song because
you still explaining.
I felt it. You know, like if, as a worker, like when you go through the curtain, you have to transform. So, like, I was like, okay, what songs do I feel it? You know, and that was one of the songs where I felt it.
Okay, I don't want to cut you off. We can go into the game now.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Because I wanted to let you get your rocks off. So let's play a game. And this game is called Relative Theory. Right? I'll name some things that are Theo Ivory adjacent that I believe some of the names you have even mentioned talking into your story. And you'll let us know if you think they are relative or not. And I'm gonna start with she had her first match on SmackDown and she returned again. Is Naomi relative or not?
Relative is good, right?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm gonna go into Velveteen Dream.
Why Naomi? Oh no, although you said Natalia. Sorry.
No, I said Naomi.
Relative is good, right?
Natalia. I said Naomi.
Remember, and reminder, relative is good, right?
Yes, relative is good. Okay. Velveteen Dream.
I don't know.
Oh, so it's not. It's
okay. I don't know because I did not watch the full Chris Van Vliet interview.
Okay.
Where he, was producing receipts. I didn't watch the full video to form my own opinion.
So what about just his in-ring paralysis, what you knew of the character, just what you've been presented with so far, relative or not?
Oh, you mean like just from that past run?
Yeah.
Oh, it was incredible.
Okay, so relative. All right.
If we're just talking about the character and not the personal, yeah.
I said Velveteen Dream, not Patrick.
Okay, yes. That's a thumbs up, especially at that time to be such a flamboyant character and for it to get over. That made people like me be like, okay, I might have a chance.
Okay, nice. Okay. What about Darren Young, relative or not?
Yeah. I've heard nothing but good things about him.
You said good things or not so good things?
Yeah, no, I've heard nothing but good things about him.
Well, okay, good. What about Mercedes? Monet Tejada, Sasha Banks.
She is such an inspiration.
Okay.
Be so good that they can't deny you.
Okay, she's relative. Okay.
And I think she's wrestling's Monique.
That's the after show. I'm gonna move on that comment. Leo Rush.
I love him.
Okay.
I've worked with him. He's a really nice guy.
Who called her the Monique of wrestling?
Yeah.
What about Anthony Bowens?
I love him.
Okay.
I met him when I was at the Monster Factory. He was during our shows. And remember how I said I'm a little bit of an agent? I help people with matches. I helped him with one of his matches.
Wow.
And I was like, him and Bobby Wayward, they were putting together a match, and they were trying to figure out like a cutoff in the corner. And I was like, hey, why don't you guys do this? And they were like, okay. And then they did it, and it looked good. And they came back and was like, hey, thank you so much for recommending that spot. It went over really good. And I was like,
nice. Look at you.
And I was green as hell, but I love stories.
Yeah.
And when I watch wrestling, I don't just watch it as a fan. I also study it. So I just have like a memory bank of try this.
Nice.
All right, next person, Xavier Woods.
I like him.
He's relative.
I like him. Yeah, definitely. Heard nothing but good things about him too.
Goldust.
Goldust.
I'm not talking about Dustin Reynolds. I'm talking about Goldust, the character.
I love Goldust, the character.
Okay.
I loved
Theo, this conversation, Theo, is there anybody you don't like? Because I feel like everybody.
We're gonna see because I got a next.
I'm waiting.
He's asking about like.
Why you want so much drama?
Shut up, Tim. We try to do a show.
No. If I don't care for someone, I will absolutely say I don't care for them.
All right, we're gonna move right along with this one. You did good in Lincoln, and the transition from Goldust, Tyler Perry.
What?
Inspirational.
Okay, so he's relative. That's a good
one.
Why
you had to think about that? Why you had to think about that one, Theo? You paused.
Because, I don't like how he's handling the situation. Not owning up to what he did. Things like that bother me because, once you tell a lie and you keep it going for so long, you can't retract it.
Okay.
Because then you're admitting to people, I am a liar. And they lose all faith in you.
It seems like we got to invite Theo to the after show.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Wait,
but that notwithstanding, I remember the Medea plays from Why Did I Get Married from the very beginning. And they were like a staple in my family's household because it was something the whole family could watch. So to see him go from, hey, I have a dream, I have a vision, I'm sleeping in my car, to being one of the very few Black American billionaires in the world. If he can do it, I can do it too.
Okay, so we're gonna invite you to the after show. You can talk a little bit more detail with that. I want to roll on with the game so we can roll on with the show because we have so much to talk about in so little time. We have a few more names left on the list. Just say, are they relative or not? Right?
Okay.
I'm gonna go on with Nikki Garcia, aka Nikki Bella.
Relative.
Oh, really? Is she?
Yeah, y'all don't know. I was Nikki Garcia.
Oh my gosh! You know what? This is just.
You was Nikki Garcia's what?
I was Nikki for Halloween.
I've seen in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess we got catch that on the gram.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella had dreads.
What is wrong with you?
I think I had braids.
Okay.
I had braids.
She had braids.
Yeah, she had braids.
She did at one point. Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this was
what about
right
the Mingo
before Evolution.
Oh, the paper.
Yeah. Oh, here it is.
Okay, for the fans that's listening, he is showing us a video of when he was Nikki Bella for Halloween, so he proved me totally wrong. She did have braids. Okay, what about the Mango Coleman, the actor that's playing Mr. in The Color Purple? He was in Bill Street.
Oh, he's so valid. Relative. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
When he played Mr. and I went to see The Color Purple. He's so good. I'm one of those people. I Wikipedia everything.
Me too.
So I went to his profile and I'm like, not he one of the girls.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Not he one of the girls.
So, I'm sorry. Turn my car off. I was going to have to grab my charger. But
What you
that was inspiring as hell. To see him, be able to play, really go into that.
Is my mic on?
Yes.
Yes, it
My
is.
mic
We can
on?
hear everything you're
Yes,
saying,
we can hear you. We've been hearing you the
even
whole
the
time.
background noise that you're making.
And now he's playing Joe Jackson.
Yes, he's gonna
You
be
know
Joe
what? I just
Jackson.
want to smack the shit out this
So he
nigga
plays
right about
abusive
now.
straight men
If I
very
really
well,
could.
which is a little concerning.
I mean, he probably seen enough of it in his life. I'm not sure.
This
but
is true.
He has to draw from somewhere. Art imitates likes. I have
This
two
is
more
true.
names. One of them you mentioned when you was at the Monster Factory, and his name is Whip That Trick, Trick Williams, relative or
Come
not.
on, son.
Relative.
That trick. Get it.
Uh-huh.
That trick.
And last
Get
but
Okay.
not
it.
least,
I like
he
Shut the
is
fuck up, Pam.
He is so angry. Why is he so angry?
I meant that. Last but not least, he is another theory. What about Austin Theory?
Boo.
Mm-hmm.
That's relative for another reason.
Oh,
finally.
another reason.
Uh-huh.
Must
You
be
see,
last.
he sips that
It's
cup when he
obvious.
ain't got nothing nice to say. He don't say nothing. No, he just take a
No,
sip.
he
He's like,
got a lot of niceness to say. He actually has a lot of nice things to say. He does.
Yeah, no,
He has a lot of
he's
nice things to
absolutely
say.
relative.
He just doesn't believe that it should be said on this show.
Okay, we
I've seen the
appreciate that.
videos. He's relative. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
Okay.
don't know what we talking about.
Say less. I've
What's
seen
going
those
on
too.
here?
They still out there.
So that was relative theory. But Theo Ivory, it's been a pleasure. Tell people where they can find you and how they can see you do your thing in the ring and where they can check you out.
You guys can follow me on Instagram and X, Twitter, at _Theo Ivory. That is THEE_Theo Ivory. And in all of my profiles, I have my Linktree link. You can click on that. That shows all of my social medias, my YouTube page, my merch store where you can purchase one of my many t-shirts that I have. And you can also see the Amazon link for my 2 books.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them books. I'm gonna get
I
those
also
books.
want to mention that Theo Ivory needs to follow all of us back because I feel a little slighted that we followed you from the Three Amigos page and I followed you as well, and you haven't followed people back. So I'm calling you out, Theo Ivory.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have
So
been.
I'm calling you out. So yeah, you should follow us back, Theo Ivory.
Sorry, I've been really high.
Okay.
And make sure you share the post when the social media team shares the post because
I do share it every time, so don't play with me.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm dotting I's and crossing T's. That's all I'm doing.
I'm a sharer. I'm a sharer.
Wait, sharing is freaking caring.
They asked which Twitter are you on?
Say it again.
They said which Twitter are you? They said which Twitter are you on?
I know. You know what?
You know what? I'm not doing this with y'all.
Exactly. Don't this foolish thing.
Is that where we could get the Austin Theory video?
I'm not doing this with y'all. Not doing this with y'all.
That's
the same place where the Drake video is. And it's the same place. For all of you.
I know that's my birthday twin, right?
No, oh, you're a Scorpio. Okay.
Yeah, me and Drake. It's me, Drake, Monica, Bobby Lights, and Braun Breaker.
Oh, Braun Breaker's born that day, huh? Oh, not Braun Breaker.
Yeah, when I heard that Braun Breaker, we had the same birthday, I was like, oh, Cora Jade ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Tearing that girl up. She ain't going nowhere.
That's why they call him Braun Breaker, but that's another show. Thank you so much.
Hi-yo.
For joining us. We wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors. Hope people got
to know you. Are you firing him?
Are you firing him? He hit me with the thank you for your services.
Yes. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. You've been a wonderful guest. I think, if not our favorite, you're one of the favorites. You're welcome to come anytime. Maybe stick around for the after show. I'll send you the link for the after show. You can talk a little bit more about your opinion with Tyler Perry, what's going on with Monique, because that's what's coming up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour me a little drink too. Let's get to it.
Do that. Yeah, unwind. You're here among friends.
But
with
thank
the
you
Amigos.
guys for having me.
No one's gonna judge you. Thank you so much, Theo, and everyone. follow him where he said you can follow him at, and make sure you comment. Thank you so much, Theo, for joining us.
And follow us back, Theo.
Twitter After Dark.
Not Twitter After Dark.
They still have that?
Oh my god.
Or is it X and After Dark? I don't even know at this point.
Yo, I think the only people that call it X is like companies and corporations. Like
we call it
people,
X
like regular people just call it Twitter. Like change it from X to XXX.
Triple X. Well, it was always Triple X.
Triple
what
X,
else is the
right.
purpose
It's like
for Twitter? What else is the purpose for it? I don't want to fucking see your tweet that you the same thing that's on Instagram and all them other places.
I don't want to see no tweet. I
like when it does my Instagram versus my Twitter. I like those. But anyway, with that said, from bell to bell and from pillar to post, it's time for the Turnbuckle Talk. Mash Out King, what do you have for us on the Turnbuckle Talk? Almost finally at the show.
I listen. I feel like I'm regathering my thoughts here. All right.
Okay.
But nonetheless, thank you, Brad. Of thoughts, of course. One, I just want to say you congratulations are in place because I know when we left. I'm going to pull a Cambola real quick, masquerade, excuse me, and I'm going to say congratulations to the Chiefs for winning the Super Bowl. All right, that happened.
I lost money.
Fuck that Taylor Swift team.
Listen, you cannot be mad at them. You can't be mad at them because they won the same exact way they won the year before.
You can't tell people what they can and can't do. You're not
nobody. You can't be mad because they won the same way.
No. We can be mad. We can be mad. Some people can be happy and some people can be mad. What you mean?
First and foremost, let's get that Kanye out. Care about nothing else.
What?
You said let's who?
You cut out. You cut out when you said Kanye.
You said what?
We didn't hear you because you cut out when you said Kanye.
Yeah, I think StreamYard don't want me to say his name. I think they're trying to shadow ban his name.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, try it real quick.
Kanye West album, Vultures Volume 1. Let's get that to number 1. Did that go through?
It went through.
Yeah, we heard you.
We heard you.
Yeah, is it a delay or something? Because y'all sitting at the camera looking stupid in the face.
Because I didn't know how to react to it. I just didn't know how to react to that.
I was trying to figure out the correlation with the Chiefs and Kanye.
Kanye was at the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift is a part of the Chiefs.
Taylor Swift is not a part of the Chiefs.
I thought she was dating.
So
listen,
here we are.
Listen, we all know the game. We all know the game was rigged. Okay, Taylor Swift.
It was.
Right. Yeah, it's like,
right. Exactly.
On.
To sell.
Who
right. For the promotion. This? She's probably going to be the halftime performer next year too. Yeah.
If Jay-Z has anything to do with it, I doubt it. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Listen. Look. Look. Here's the thing. I wasn't really a fan of either team. I tell you, I wanted the Detroit Lions to go to the Super Bowl because I think that'd been a great story. Huh?
No, it's just
I thought you was a Raiders fan.
Oh no. I'm actually a fan of the Jets, but I wanted because I was a fan of the Lions because I was like, this will be their first Super Bowl they ever went to. They got all their way, and I really wanted them to win. But I knew the 49ers wasn't going to win because I said that until they repent for Colin Kaepernick, they're not going to win a Super Bowl at all.
They're cursed.
Well, until you sit
the
there
Kaepernick curse,
you respect that man, what he did, then I don't ever want them people to win a Super Bowl ever.
Everything
you have a natural allegiance to losers that is not like you.
Oh no.
Well, if people are mad, I think they're gonna be even mad come WrestleMania. Because I think we're gonna see something similar. Go ahead, Mash Out. Sorry.
All right, so now I'm going to go into my first story, but now usually I start with a WWE story, and I'm going to actually start to a AEW story. Okay.
Wow.
So, hot off the presses. Okay. The word on the street is in the back. People are upset with Tony Khan. I'll explain why. So it's reported, I'm going to use the term alleged, there's frustration among some of the AEW talent about the declining popularity of AEW. And Tony Khan, according to some sources, is acting like everything is okay. All right. The frustration comes in circles, and the talent comes to shows that to see smaller crowds since the start of the year. And Khan always paints a positive picture about the company being strong and boosting
Yo,
revenues, and and saying that the ratings are higher, which they are. The ratings are higher than what they were, and the popularity is declining just because the overall changes that the company is making. But however, everything is fine. Okay, so I'll speak on it first. Here's the thing, you know, you can sit there and put lipstick on a pig, but it's still going to be a pig at the end of the day. So the fact of the matter is that
What?
Is this a Sarah Palin's line?
here's the thing. All you can say, you could take a shit and put it in a box, put a ball around it. But when you open it up, it's still shit in the box. The fact
that's right. That's
that,
right.
the fact is that you can't take away what the audience feels, right? You can't take away what the audience feels, and you know what? And the attendance is declining. Now, if AEW is going to become just a television product where they'll be in a studio and whatever, it's fine. Then you don't need to rent out arenas. You could be right there at Daly's place and pretend like it's COVID all over again. But the fact is that as a business standpoint, you want to fill the arenas up. You want to sell tickets because you sell tickets. Then that means you could do live shows. That means you could sit there and promote your talent. And that means also, you want your pay-per-views to look crowded, because if your pay-per-views look crowded, then other people will come and want to go to your pay-per-views. Random thoughts. What you think?
So is a major setback a setup for a comeback? Because if you produce live television only, like kind of go the NWA style. Remember how NWA was when they were in a studio?
Yep.
Are you doing that to build up your talent so that we can actually get to know a lot of the wrestlers and a lot of the characters in the show? So by the time you get to a pay-per-view, it is sold out because you don't have it stretched out so thinly. It's not every Wednesday, every Saturday, or whatever they do, with Ring of Honor. Now, when you're seeing it with a live audience, it's sort of a rarity and it's a specialty. So maybe if they did go this route, this would be kind of something that they can actually benefit from.
Okay.
Cam?
I mean, I think it may be like they were trying to go too big too fast, right? And I think the third show is unnecessary. I feel like they're trying to everything that WWE doing. They trying to like show like, oh, we're on the same level. We could pull off the same thing. But I feel like, are we saying? Well, you gave the numbers with the TV ratings are up. Is that people rather watch it on TV than actually go to it live? Do they have to drop the ticket prices? Maybe I don't know. You know.
Well,
Um.
remember they had a lot of deals that they were actually doing almost 3-for-1 at one point in some of the cities that they were promoting in.
Mm-hmm. But what about,
Mm.
not to cut your thought off, but what about the fact of, there's no actual stars there that brings drawing power to make people want to come to the live shows? Your
They got rid
stars
of
you
all
did
that.
have, they're sort of jumping ship now that there's a new regime over at the E. Now that TNA is being built up, these people are now going other places. What are you going to do besides the same thing, to have some sort of star power? Go ahead, Sour Diesel. Look like you want to say something.
you don't have no MJF, right? MJF is not there. So aside from MJF not being there, who does AEW have to offer? Like who's the plan B for AEW? Anyone knows? They have
Samoa
nothing.
Joe, clearly, when in doubt, Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe is nothing. Samoa Joe is not the Samoa Joe is not the answer. He's not. I'm sorry. And to see the run that he's getting in AEW, I feel like AEW gives the chance. You didn't have your chance over there in WWE, so we're gonna give you a chance here. And half those people that they gave their chance there, I see why WWE did give them a chance over there. Because Joe as the champion, it seems like it's a try hard for me. Um, like Isaiah's first guy, I love his work, but even his character is a little try hard for me, and it's not drawing anything. I'm confused what they're doing with Adam Page, and it's like I'm really confused what they're doing with Adam Page. Because wasn't he a face, and then wasn't Swerve a heel? Now the people's liking him. Now he's a little too over. Joe, he was supposed to be a heel. I just don't understand it anymore. AEW is like, hey, fuck you one, and we'll find your way through here. Now the story that you just broke to me, Mash Out, I have no clue about. I had heard some similar something to like the talent being upset to something else, like with the CMLL deal. The talent back there is taking TV time from them, and when they're on, they can't even have Triple A ex Triple A stars on the show if they're doing the deal with CMLL. It's just too much going on at AEW. Too damn
Okay.
much, and I feel like
All right.
they do too much partner. Hold on, I'm not done. I feel like they do too much partnership with all these companies, right? To take away their people, and while they doing that, they never put that other company over. It's like they do partnership, still the talent. That's what I think with AEW.
All right.
Go fuck themselves.
All right, next on the list. Okay, so Triple H just put it to bed. There's going to be no Rock versus Triple H. Okay, Triple H has stated that he is not getting back into the ring because of health reasons. You know, he made sure he went on his Twitter and stated that that's not a possibility, and he has no interest in going back and doing that again. So, anybody have any thoughts on this?
I mean,
Well,
I
well,
thought it was.
okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Cam.
no, I think we're about to say the same exact thing. He already stated that
No, you
when
weren't.
he announced his retirement that he was not going to get back in the ring. So I'm trying to figure out who idea, I guess fans, but like people who are not paying attention, like they wasn't paying attention when he said it before.
Yep,
Well,
that was what I was gonna say.
there's always hope, right? There's always hope. And the one thing we know about wrestling fans is that sometimes people actually believe what's really happening on
Mm-hmm.
television, right? Even though we know it is scripted entertainment, people actually believe the storyline, you know? And the people that believe the storyline believe that they may be a Rock versus Triple H at Mania, maybe night one. But unfortunately,
No,
um,
he got a
Papa H
pacemaker.
said that that is not in the cards. That is not in the cards for it to happen again.
First of all, he's the chief content creator. He can call niggas in to fight The Rock, okay? He's in a
Yeah.
different position now. He no longer
Hmm.
needs to get in the ring and worry his little heart. Rest your weary heart.
Right, right,
Paul,
right, right.
Papa H.
Exactly.
We don't want you to pull a flare and die in the ring. We don't want that. We want you to be around and
Uh,
continue creating this great content that you have been creating
exactly. Well
for
said.
us.
Well
So
said.
you go get a goon, go get Batista, go get John, go get one of them. You know, Randy's there. He's still one of your boys from Evolution. Go get
Yeah,
them
yeah, 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 yeah,
to
yeah,
fight The
yeah.
Rock or something that
Yeah,
still will
Randy need
be
a
a main
plan for
event match
WrestleMania.
that we want to see. You know, that's what
Hmm.
I say.
All right. Sour D, what you got, baby?
Yeah, I would like to see that. I would love to see that. I would love for it to be like one of those stories that Triple H said he one last one. That would be really amazing to see. But I know that's not going to happen. But aside from that, looking from the outside looking in, and I don't know if I don't even know if his name is banned from saying right now. But I feel like the being there, especially
Who?
without Vince McMahon, The Rock, and Triple
Brock.
H.
Oh, the Rock or Brock?
I said The Rock.
The Rock.
Didn't say
Okay.
nothing about no Brock.
It broke up because of your
It's
sound.
like it's like seeing these two guys is still taking Vince McMahon. So I want to applaud that. I want to.
It's
I don't
taking
know.
who?
I don't know if my the delays. Triple H and The Rock.
Okay.
Y'all got that?
Yep.
It's
Yes.
good to see that these were two McMahon's regime, and they're still going with his dream and still developing WWE and making it something big. So I wanted to point that out. I don't know if no one seen that, but the corporate it look like the corporate guys is really yeah.
All right.
All we need is Stone Cold back there. You know what I mean? There's probably some Undertaker. You feel me?
All right. I
It's
got.
like Vincent Golden Boys is really running. I'm sorry, Vincent Golden Boys is really running the industry. You really gotta look at that. Like,
The
Yeah,
clip
yeah,
is
showing
the
Yeah.
through.
clip.
All right. I got two more, and then that's it. So
Okay.
the WrestleMania 41. Okay,
Mhm.
they're saying it possibility is going to be either Minneapolis or
Oh.
Las Vegas. All right.
Oh.
Ah.
Yes. So now this is kind of different because usually the Super Bowl chases
Mhm.
the WrestleMania, and now this time around it'll be
The other
the
way around.
the other way around. So I I do think that Minneapolis would be great because
Mhm.
Minneapolis is a great city. It's a great wrestling
It's
city.
a wrestling. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
great wrestling city. It's actually the birthplace of the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Mhm.
So so I think that it'll be a perfect wrestling city. But Las Vegas, the
It's
money,
Vegas.
it's Vegas, the money, and what have you, fellas. Any thoughts on that?
For how the atmosphere of the press conference was for WrestleMania 40, which was in Las Vegas, just that feel of different people who flew into town just to see that part of the spectacle. I can imagine combining the glitz, the glamour of what WWE puts on as a production to have WrestleMania there. I really don't see the draw in you bringing it to Minnesota. It is a great wrestling city, and I mean wherever WWE go, it puts it on the map. However, is not a fan of it being in Minnesota. I see it being in Vegas, and I can see that for 2025. I'm okay if it's Vegas.
I
I'm
say
a,
I
I'm
say
gonna
it's
say
Vegas because during the press conference, it was one hell of a ride in showing, right? So I believe that they will be doing it in Vegas. Minneapolis. I mean, if they was to put it in Minneapolis, Minnesota, that would be good because my brother lives out there. I can go see my brother and my nephew and shit. You know what I mean? His little mixed family. You know what I mean? But above all else, Vegas should be good. And also too to add, I really wouldn't give a fuck about it because I've never been to a WrestleMania. They cost too goddamn much for
Mm,
fucking 2 nights. Like,
mm,
come the fuck
mm,
on.
right. And
mm,
possibly 3 nights if you do the Raw after Mania. So I would say this, right? Like,
Well,
I
no,
think for now in the
it's two
moment
nights because it's in the
to
same
do it,
goddamn place. That's why they call it 2 nights.
yeah, but they normally do the Raw after Mania in the same city.
Well,
That's Forget it. Don't worry about it.
after
We're
Mania,
moving
they
on
wouldn't
to
call
my
it the third
reaction.
night, now would they?
So
Because they would have
I
still
would
been
say for
booking
now in this
WrestleMania
time
matches
frame in
on
this
the money,
moment
Listen,
now wouldn't they?
to announce it for Vegas, do Vegas next, and then do Minnesota afterwards. Like that new Minnesota stadium is a really good stadium too. So I think they could do
Oh,
a
you
lot
been
of
there?
different things. Like you know what I
mm-mm.
mean? Nah, just seeing it on TV, bro. It's like the
Oh, I thought you
SoFi
designed
Stadium
it or something.
in Cali. It's a really dope stadium. It got a lot of new like things that they do with the technology there and all that. But anyway, Vegas
um,
first, Minnesota afterwards.
That
That's
was
how
a
I think
strong
it should
shot,
go.
huh?
listen, it
I like that
was,
idea.
It's in your face.
it
I don't
was,
know if it's the comment or the shot. That's the
it
reason why you're
was.
making the face, but proceed.
Yeah,
What was the comment? Somebody made a comment? Where?
I'm just gonna keep rolling. I'm just gonna keep rolling if
Yeah.
I can. I'm just gonna keep rolling.
hmm
Keep
Yeah.
rolling.
All right, last but certainly not least. All right. In the TV deal world, okay, so they're saying, according to sources, they're saying that WWE Monday Night Raw will start on Netflix in September ahead of the deal because the
Makes
USA
sense.
Network has not the USA Network is being Tom Petty, and they do not want to. They do not want to continue the product. The contract is up in September, and they will finish the contract up, contractually by the end of August and September, quite possibly that they will start on Netflix. So
I feel like we're gonna see mad bullshit before.
Do you think that it was strategic, like they anticipated USA would do this to them, which is why they announced it a year ahead of time? Well, at the time that they announced it.
I don't think so. I think what happened with them is that they okay, here's the thing. I don't think they anticipated what Fox was going to do. Okay? I think they thought Fox was going to renew the deal for the same amount of money, if not more. But now that Fox is now extending their NFL contract, and now they're also going to take on the World Cup, finals is going to be on Fox as well. I think that they were like, the WWE is not a priority for them on the renewal anymore because what they fulfilled their deal, but unfortunately the WWE in terms of ratings, not money wise, but in terms of ratings, didn't surpass what they suspected. So at the end of the day, they landed two big deals, and they probably said, you know what, at this point, it doesn't make financially any sense for us to keep it on our books. So that's what I think happened in that scenario.
I feel like that's some bullshit. Fox got back into a corner and they try to back out of it with that bullshit, talking about some ratings.
But it's a business standpoint. Why would you want to keep something you're not making money on? I think what you just said is bullshit. Why would you want to keep something you're not making money on? Make that make sense.
How we know if they're not making money on it?
Because that's what it is.
Because they said it.
But that's what it is. Why they gotta lie?
Because they told us.
But D,
because they told us.
D, why would D make that make sense? Why would they lie about that? Truthfully, what would they gain from lying about it?
Here's the sense. Here's the sense they need to make. Fuck
they
Channel
need to
5.
make.
Who the fuck watches some bullshit ass, corny ass? What I don't even know what to call it. It ain't cable. What is that? Regular TV?
I don't know. You got cut out, bro. You got cut out. What were you saying?
I think he's talking about it from a fan accessibility standpoint, that they should be sympathetic and keep it on free TV. Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to
say. Been up all night. Fuck this shit.
He wants it on Fox because,
I get what he's saying, and there is a valid point to that. There is a valid point to it because there is people that do not have cable or they don't do streaming. Right. So should they be punished because of the deal? No, they shouldn't be. But unfortunately, as a business standpoint, any one of us, if we own Fox, if we signed a $1 billion deal, we're not making money from it, and we just landed two things that possibly might draw more viewership. Why would we not try that first, right? That's just as a business.
I think for WWE this would be better too, because like what annoys me sometimes is like the bleeping out of I guess foul language, quote unquote, that they do during SmackDown. I rather hear the full show. You know what I mean? If the crowd is saying a curse word or whatever, I want to hear it. I don't want it to be like bleeping out the sound.
Oh, you want to hear curses?
Well, no, I mean I want the full experience of the show, because it's not just that, like, they have to cut out all the audio, so like all the audio gets cut out. You know what I mean? Or if one of the wrestlers, they say something, they got to cut out all the audio, so you're missing like the moments of the show. You know what I mean?
So to clarify for the fans listening, the WWE Raw deal is up in September. WWE Raw is going to Netflix, and WWE SmackDown is coming to the USA Network.
Yes.
And NXT is going to CW.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
just want to clarify for those watching who might not be aware of where the mix-up of what's going on with the television deals. Okay.
All right, and that's it for the Turnbuckle Talk.
All right, Mashout, you're the realist on the turnbuckles.
Damn.
Oh, the
like
turntables.
The turnbuckles and the turntables.
The turnbuckle talk. My apologies. So many teas.
Fucking
It's
Iron
been so
Man
much
match.
tea this episode. So much teas. I don't know what the hell is going on here.
Me
But we
neither.
gotta keep the show going, right?
This
We
is
got
this
1,
is
2, 3.
this is night one
PT,
and
are you
night
with
two.
me? It's time to get into the pen and perspective. Masquerade Cam, what do you have for the pen and perspective?
All right,
I
all
don't
right. So
know.
my
Probably. Hold on. Let me get my pillow.
Oh, he has it.
yeah, good.
For
Love
those of
it,
you
love it.
listening, he
Yeah,
brings out a
Proper,
pillow. Go ahead,
all
Cam.
that great stuff, all that
Go
great
ahead,
stuff.
Cam.
So this week on the Pen and Perspectives, all right, we have does docu-series type shows like Total Divas, Total Bettas, Ms. and Mrs., AEW's All Access, Rose to the
It's
Top,
total. It's total
and
Bellas. It's total Bellas. You said total Bettas.
okay.
It's total Bellas.
No, I said Bellas. I said Bellas.
No, you said Bettas. You
Can I
said
can I do can I do my thing? Can I do my thing? When you light up your smoking, did anybody interrupt you?
I don't
All
know,
right.
but when you talk, you put
Okay,
me to
you know what?
sleep.
Go to sleep. Go. You're not needed. All right. So, love and WWE, right?
So are you not?
Conductive to selling the character, or does this water down the idea of kayfabe?
Mm, good question.
So Masha, I'm gonna swing it to you first, brother.
All right. So,
Oh, mash out
y'all
so I
remember
can wake up.
the you know, I can't even. You remember Beyond the Mat?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm,
Beyond the Mat was the first like introspective of professional wrestling where you got to see what the hell was going on. And I think that kind of put damage to a lot of people because, you know, that's where kayfabe started to die.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, it when it's on the background behind the scenes stuff, I mean, it's interesting because I know for me, you know, I love to see things like that. I like to see how things are made, how shit is put together. But then I'm just like, damn, this too fucking much, right? Like I don't want to know about the fucking storyline. I don't want to know about, you know, who was giving problems in putting it together and shit like that. You know, I don't want to know that part. You know what I mean? I do want to see how the creative side of it, but I don't want to know too much because I feel like, especially when it didn't happen yet, and now you already know what's happening, it kind of takes away from it, in my honest opinion.
Okay.
I think kayfabe died when
Brandon. Oh,
the night of the curtain call when with the
The
cage
click.
match with the click. I thought that's when kayfabe started. Kayfabe really started picking up is when the rest of the world kept saying to us real wrestling fans that wrestling is fake. So I
Mm-hmm.
think from a wrestling perspective, they wanted to show you, hey, okay, wrestling is fake, but here's what it really is. Try to explain to those ones who didn't have the knowledge of what wrestling is. I think, from my perspective, from my
Okay,
opinion perspective,
I know that's
I
right.
think that's what it was.
Go ahead, brother.
I'm gonna add to that. I think when it was also the steroid trial and things came on the news and they were, you know, talking about, remember UPN9 did an expose on Deborah McMichaels and WWE, I think was in Madison Square Garden, and they did like an expose and showing them like locking up and calling the moves to one another. I think that killed kayfabe. What I think shows like Total Bellas and Total Divas and Love in WWE and Mrs. is give us another introspective and to the characters, right? Like sometimes other characters who are not the main characters in the shows are born. Like me watching Love in WWE, I love Bianca Belair. I love Montez Ford. The show doesn't fall flat of anything I did not expect. I thought it would be as good and entertaining as it was. I kind of wanted a little bit more. However, I think the person that stands out that we learn a little bit more is Omos, right? We always crack jokes about his in-ring paralysis, but seeing actually like his personal life and how smart he is, I think that this helped build other stars like Total Divas did with like Paige and girls like,
mm-hmm,
you know, we weren't interested in them. But when Total Divas and
mm-hmm,
Total Bellas came out, it sort of was like, oh, okay, now we're going to see by the time we get to SummerSlam or Royal Rumble why these women are the
mm,
ones that should be going for the title. So I think it's mash out saying, you know, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in another. It's based on how the person takes the opportunity and move on. Diezel Washington, what you want to say?
Yeah, you said almost, almost. What
Mm-hmm.
is he on the series of the Bianca Belair and Montez?
Yeah,
Because
he's
I'm
featured on there.
almost so. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I haven't seen the show yet. So I'm gonna start looking at it. Is it any good? Is it worth?
I mean, for me, for the like, it doesn't come off like as like scripted as like Ms. and Mrs. It's like on Ms. and Mrs. Ms. gets a weird box. He wakes up in the morning, it's just a weird box on his
Yeah,
counter,
yeah.
and he opens
Right,
it up, and
right.
it's all this stuff that Marjo ordered on his credit card. This is really their road to WrestleMania that year, and her, you
Yeah.
know, me coming up with the idea to use the girl. Remember the young lady mother passed away the day of WrestleMania. Like
Right,
seeing
right.
that whole them rehearse for that, him questioning himself, you know, with the Elimination Chamber and what's his storyline going to be come toward WrestleMania, which we know
Mm-hmm.
how WWE is. This is going to come back up on, you know, on the
Yeah.
regular the TV programming. So I think it helps it actually. Kayfabe been dead a long time ago, except for the old folks like us who think, you know, kayfabe is still alive. Even recently, Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio broke kayfabe. They were somewhere together. I'm like, don't you hate that nigga? But I thought he went to
Yeah.
jail. Like he was a goon. What happened? But it is what
Now,
it is.
me personally, like you know the rest of y'all, I like the behind the scenes. I like looking behind the curtain. But really, just also getting into the real life of you know the wrestlers. You know, watching the interview with Bianca and Montez on Hot 97's show, they was talking about how they was just really trying to keep it authentic and make sure like it doesn't come off too scripty or too fake, like you was
Mm-hmm.
talking about with Ms. and Mrs. So I really appreciate them for having trying to you know hold on to that authenticity of like this is really our lives and like now we gotta you know show you know a little bit you know more and the adjustment of being comfortable with doing that. I like it as well because I think um it allows you to like see characters that like are interesting but also characters that you may not even like or may not even know about to get to know them on a personal level. I really like that's why I really like these type of shows as well, you know what I mean. Let's be honest, like I'm not a fan of the Miz, but watching him on his reality show with his wife, I was like all right, this is more of like the Mike Mazanin that I started liking on the real world. Like this, you know what I mean? I kind of like, you know, fell back into that mode with him. Still don't like him
All right,
Also,
though.
we
what's
get to
next?
know the parents, right? The family kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
stick
yeah,
out.
yeah.
You have Marjo,
Definitely.
you have Bianca's father, you know, who had
Hmm.
some surgeries during it and how they stand for her. I guess like it's also meant for the family too, as well. Has a family dynamic is dope.
What's
Yeah.
next, Kev?
I think what's next is we going well that does it for the pen and perspectives to be honest.
Yes, so
I
we
think
all gave our
we could
opinion. You want me to? You could do it.
yeah
You could
we
transition.
we could jump into our elimination chamber predictions. So Mr. Diezel Washington, you want to help lead us off on this journey, my man?
What?
All
How
right.
you doing? My name is Diezel. My name is Diezel Washington, and I have for you the predictions for the Elimination Chamber. Now, for me, it's not a prediction. It's not a spoiler. It's just my fucking opinion. So, for the men's, we want to get right into it. We have for the men's Elimination Chamber and
Cam,
Perth,
can you take note for us since you like it for the
Australia.
post, so you don't access later?
Right. So we have Bobby Lashley,
The
Kevin
shade.
Owens, we have Logan Paul, we have Randy Orton, and we have L.A. Knight. And
No.
last but not least, we have
Hey, brother, I don't want to cut you off too
DM.
much, but your audio is kind of low, so I'm sorry.
Well, you know what, yo,
It's a
Cam, I
challenge. It's
swear
a
to
challenge.
God,
It's a challenge to
I
hear you,
swear to
bro.
God, on this
We
on this
trying to help you.
episode, you
We
are
trying to help
pissing
you.
me the fuck
Hey,
off.
hey,
You're
put your
pissing me
glasses
off.
back on. Put your
You're pissing
glasses
me
back
off.
on now.
Just, you know what? I don't want to do predictions no more right now. I don't want to do it. You're pissing me off. Just
All right.
just
So
go. Because you're always finding some time to just cut in my shit. Shut your bald-headed ass up.
All of us is bald-headed, but Mash out.
All right. So he was saying Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul, who's going to win the Elimination Chamber match. Mel.
I'm gonna go with, only because I know he's cooking. He ain't baking. He ain't pieing. He ain't none of that. He cooking. I'm gonna go with Velveeta, Drew Mac and Cheese. Because I called it on a few shows ago. I said that Seth Rollins' opponent only makes sense since CM Punk is hurt. The next person in line is Drew Mac and Cheese. Y'all can throw in Sami Zayn if you want for a sympathy thing, because both of them were screwed from the bloodline, and can have a WrestleMania moment. But I'm going with Drew Mac and Cheese.
Cam?
Oh, for the men's, honestly, like I don't. I want Bobby to win, but because I know how the wrestling storylines go, it's probably gonna be Drew McIntyre as well. So I'm gonna say Drew, but my heart's on Bobby.
My brother from another mother, Diezel. Diezel.
DM Punk.
CM Punk. He's not even.
Wait. He's not even what?
It's CM Punk.
Who's the? I said DM Punk. See, y'all don't watch.
Like LA Knight said.
Wrestling.
Yeah. So.
Okay. All right.
He calls him these
DM
Punk.
Punk. Okay.
He got a little cut. But I'm gonna ride out with everybody with Drew McIntyre. D, what you got?
The next match.
Oh, let me just talk slow and clear, so bald heads can hear. For the women's, we have the contenders of Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan.
Good shit, girl. Don't try to join the bandwagon now.
That's exactly speak. Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and who's the I don't know the last one.
There isn't. It's still a surprise.
Yeah.
It's still a surprise, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go with to be honest with you. I mean, not like that. Oops, sorry. I do like Naomi. No, I like Belair. I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch.
I am going with Becky Lynch as well. I think the storyline from when Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley had that face-off, like when one was coming and the other one was going, that the story was told from there, that this is where WrestleMania main event was going to be, and we going to see the mind Becky Lynch against Mommy at Mania. Cam.
You know, I get tired of doing these predictions nowadays because you got to do it from like a realistic where you see the wrestling business going, not as like a fan, like where your heart really is. You know what I mean? So my heart is picking Bianca, but because I understand the wrestling business, it's probably gonna be Becky, and I'm probably gonna be mad about it. So Becky Lynch.
All right. You know.
Thank you for that. Who gives a
You're
fuck
welcome.
about your opinion?
A lot of people do.
Okay, so I'm going to continue, right? And I'm going to say a part of me wants to go with the surprise. I don't know. A part of me wants to go with the surprise.
I mean, you're the prediction champions. You know what I'm saying? So if we all tie.
Anyways, who's supposed to be in the last qualifying match? Who's that?
I think they're doing a Royal Rumble or something. Like it's like a Royal Rumble, but
Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Battle Royal.
Lost in the match and some surprises. I think they're doing a Battle Royal. I think it's on Raw.
I'm going to do Becky Lynch with an asterisk. Okay.
Becky Lynch with an asterisk.
Yeah, Becky Lynch with an asterisk. I really feel it might be the surprise person. All right, what you got next? Romano.
I have for the next one, we have the tag team titles. We have Judgment Day going against Tyler Bate and the now Pete Dunne.
All right, I'm
This
gonna
for
say,
me.
yeah.
Okay, no, yeah, you go ahead.
None. All right, I'm gonna stay. The titles ain't changing hands. That's what I believe. The titles are staying with Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
I'm gonna second that motion and pick the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a third the motion, but I do feel like we do need a change up. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do lose it. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Judgment Day.
D.
You know, and I don't want all of us to be on the same page because I don't like being on the same page with some of you. One of you. I'm gonna pick Pete Dunne and Tyler Batiste.
Okay. Okay. All right. Who else you got? Who's next?
Next we have, and I think it's only 4 matches. Next we have the women's title, which is Big Mommy Rhea Bloody Ripley versus Nia Jax.
I'm going. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna throw it to Cam. Cam, what's your prediction?
You's a villain. Oh my goodness.
Nia fucking Jax deserves to win.
Yes.
All right.
With your fucking.
All right. We need a fucking change of plans, man. I don't really want to care. I don't think the fans care about Becky and fucking Rhea going at it. Make it a triple threat at WrestleMania. Nia Jax the champ.
When you went off camera, did you take a shot or something? Because you came
Rhea and fucking Becky. That'll be a better fucking match than seeing
you said Rhea fucking Becky.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're fucking right. Mommy's always on top, ain't she? Mommy's always on top, right? Fuck that shit. Right? Yeah, so fuck that. A triple threat match. Nia, Rhea, Becky at WrestleMania because Becky Lynch is unathletic anyway. Her matches are dry and boring. So yeah, Nia fucking Jax is gonna become the new world champ.
Wow.
Women's world champ.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's.
If there's any other matches.
Wait, hold on. What the fuck just happened just there?
I don't know.
I didn't kick you out.
We thought you left. I thought you didn't like the prediction and you left.
I didn't do that. I didn't remove you from the show.
It's okay. StreamYard did it. Did a shuffle.
Okay.
Well, I don't know why they shuffled me next to you. Next to you.
We're matching.
You're not really next to me. You're all the way in the Bronx. So be happy about that.
Well, I don't want to be.
Oh, shit.
I don't want to be. I don't want my box.
Silence.
I don't want my box.
Shush. Shush.
This turns to a whole different show here. This is the show.
I'm highly entertained.
To kick this shit out.
All right.
I wish I can just fucking Big Show right in your.
Hey, guy. We're trying to get to the predictions. Just All right. Who else got to throw up a prediction? Mash out. You ready?
Yes, I'm gonna go with
bitch, because I didn't choose mine.
We saving the best for last, bro. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, mash out. What's your prediction?
I'm gonna go with
I can't wait till we finish this off because I'm tired of seeing your fucking face. And don't put them in the I'm serious.
Random, please. Go ahead, Random. It's your turn.
I think it's your turn to pick because I don't even know.
I just said Rhea Ripley. I just said Rhea Ripley.
I didn't know if Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax was wrestling in Perth at 5 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, or if it was the 10-time New York Park National Park Wrestling Alliance champion versus Butterbean over here.
I don't.
Hey, I'm not that hefty. Come on now.
No, it's the
You
butterbean shaped head.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
about
I
the
got to
head.
understand because I'm
Yeah,
bold. But Butterbean was
yeah.
a hot fat
Listen.
boxer.
I kind of a little bit agree with Cam, and maybe we can see Nia Jax get the title. But I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley. The main event is Rhea Ripley versus
Y'all
is
niggas know
Mommy
that shit is
versus the
not
man.
happening, bro.
Yeah, at WrestleMania. That's what's
Trying
gonna
to come in
go on.
with
I
that.
think whoever the surprise is in the Elimination Chamber is gonna build up a feud with Bianca Belair, and that's gonna be what goes down for WrestleMania in terms of Bianca Belair. They could give Tiffany Stratton and Liv Vorger something to do at Mania, something like that. But I'm going definitely
They
with.
should probably bring back the female battle royal. I'm just naming something else because that gave a lot of talent something to do. No.
They'll do that on the SmackDown, but right before the Hall of Fame. If that's
Yeah. To me, that's not the same. It's not WrestleMania.
So yeah,
all right.
I'm gonna just go with Rhea Ripley. That's my definite
Got you.
choice. Is Rhea
Brandon
Ripley.
Rhea Ripley. Gotcha.
Is there any other matches on the card?
No, I think we went through all of them.
Okay, wow. So
Wait, Dave, did you give your prediction, sir?
Oh,
It doesn't even fucking matter.
it does.
Oh.
It don't. It really doesn't. It don't. Not today.
Okay,
B,
so
take it away.
no decision. Got it. All right.
B, take it away, B.
I have a decision.
B, take it.
Right.
I'm gonna anchor if you don't take it away.
I can't tell if you're saying B or D.
I'm saying B, take it away.
Okay, no problem. Those were the Elimination Chamber predictions. If more matches are added on Monday Night Raw or the pre-filmed SmackDown that they filmed
Predict
at
the
the end of
fucking foot up
Friday
your fucking
SmackDown,
ass.
and they add a match toward the card, we will definitely submit our other answers to those matches, and those will be posted on the Three Amigos social media page. Could one of the social media guys let them know where they can follow us at on the social media page? It's the Three Amigos. They're taking too long.
I was just about. Thank you. That's what teamwork is about. That's what teamwork is about. That's what teamwork is about. Thank you, bro.
On Instagram right now, we're gonna go into our wrestler of the week, ladies and gentlemen. There's been a lot of wrestling, a whole lot of content when it comes to wrestling. So we're gonna toss it over to the Amigos and see who's their wrestler of the week. So, Diezel Washington with the Red Light Special. Who is your wrestler of the week?
The Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, DM Punk.
Okay.
You know why I chose them? Because I would love to fucking Claymore kick the fucking head off this motherfucker right there. This motherfucker I'm sitting right next to. I would love to Claymore kick your fucking head off. Right there. 3, 2, 1, head off.
Just don't do the countdown. I hate when Drew does the countdown before the Claymore. Like, I don't feel like that's a heel thing.
I mean, maybe he'll stop because he's heel now, right? So maybe that was definitely a face thing because the whole Brock Lesnar. Yeah. So. Yeah.
All right.
You got it. Speaking that you're speaking, who's your wrestler of the week? Masquerade.
My wrestler of the week. I got two actually.
Mash out, you answer. Mash out. It goes to mash out. Don't answer.
Oh, okay.
That
okay. Go ahead. Hot tag mash out. Go ahead.
I don't want you after me.
Okay, mash out. I'm sorry about that. Mash out. Who's your wrestler of the week?
Sorry. Okay, I have two. Okay.
I do too.
Swerve Strickland.
Okay.
From the promo that was done this week.
Mm-hmm.
And my second one is Seth Rollins. And I'm gonna say because I really think Seth Rollins is really gonna screw Cody at Mania. I really feel that's what's coming. And I truly and I said that and that YouTube video was viewed over 1 million times for that segment. So those are my two for the week.
Okay.
Hot tag me, bro. Hot tag me. Come on.
Come on. Got it. There you go.
All right, cool. So my two wrestlers of the week is Will Ospreay him and Okada put on a really good match
It's Osprey,
New
not off.
Osprey. Oh, thank you, thank you. That's why we a team, man. You see how we help each other out? You know what I'm
You
saying?
ain't on my
So
team,
he
bitch.
gets yeah, we on the Three Amigos, motherfucker. All right, it's all one team. All right. Anyway, so we're Osprey and The Rock. All right. I
Oh,
love I love the return of the corporate champ version of The Rock, the know your role, shut your damn mouth version of The Rock. Only three little things I want to tell The Rock to stop doing, right? Nobody gives a fuck about your goosebumps. That's stupid. Stop doing it. That was a face thing. He put his one up in the sky and looked like a gun. Like, you're not part of the Bang Bang gang, bro. Like, get it together. And
but
put
maybe
some
he's with the
respect.
Gun Club with Cody Rhodes.
Oh, maybe not. Right? I also feel like he got to stop just like educate yourself, brother. It's not the Universal Championship. Roman is not the Universal Champion. He is the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion. You got to say the whole title name, brother. It's important. Details
Oh
matter.
That's the
boy, I
same
wish
shit.
this shit had a. I wish we
No, it's
can
not.
fucking mute
It's
our
not.
ears.
It's not. It's not.
You know what, Cam? I think you're the people's champion for picking The Rock. My wrestler of
Mm-hmm.
this week, I'm going to go down on Tuesday, down to NXT, is with Jada Parker. I think that she is
That
mainstream
is
and NXT is creating stars of the future. And just like I felt about my Tiff Tiff, I definitely feel about Jada Parker. Now, my second
Miss
wrestler of the week,
Parker.
yo,
Miss Parker.
ooh, I was into that. It captivated me from the TV, like from the TV to the couch. I felt it. I felt it, sis. I feel you, Miss Jada Parker.
She
Shouts out
feels
to
like
HB. Sorry, go ahead.
it feels like she's like from here.
This
Like
is
you
why I
can
said I
relate to.
felt
Like
it.
she's like one of your. Like she's like one of your homegirls. Like I
Yeah,
really
en
feel
mi
it for you.
corazón. En mi corazón.
Yeah.
Right. Anywho, I definitely shouts out to her. Shouts out to HBK. He's not one of my wrestlers of the week, but what they're doing with the Lash Legends, the Jada Parkers, and all of the girls they got going on down there in
All the
NXT.
black
Because
women talent
when
that they
when
have
when
going
when
on.
Tiff got called up, I was like, what the fuck is gonna happen to the women's division? But as always, they have somebody there. Over on the
Mm-hmm.
AEW front, I got a chance. She didn't have a match, but she sat down with Renee Ambrose and hearing her story.
Renee
No,
Paquette.
yeah,
Paquette.
Renee
Paquette.
Zellweger, well,
So
Renee
which
Ambrose.
what?
You know what I mean. Renee Paris
Oh,
Paquette.
Cam, what's
You
your
know
face?
who I'm talking about. One
Damn.
of the most horrible commentators, but she sat down with Queen Amanita, and I thought that her story, talking about like her father
Mm.
dying while she was over here and having to fly back and being injured, and her story of adversity definitely made her my second wrestler of the week, if not first in no particular order. So
Yeah,
those were my wrestlers of the week. Ladies and gentlemen,
definitely.
with that being said, we're going to go straight into the final thoughts. I'm going to go to you, Masquerade Cam. What is your final thought? And then mash out, you're right after him. Then Diezel and me.
Ooh, we got order. Okay.
Yep, we sure do. It's a
So
new world order, nigga.
all right, final thought. Keep pushing no matter the hardship or the roadblock. Run your race. Do your best. Don't worry about anyone else because only you can control your fate. And life is just gonna be a rough ride. Just gotta power through it.
All right.
I was putting the Roman Reigns one up. All right.
Yeah, I got that.
Mash
Appreciate it.
out.
Wow. Well, so it was a lot tonight. It was a lot to contend with, huh? But I'll say this. All right, disconnection from certain people will end up blessing your life. All right. That's it. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe to Three Amigos podcast on
Mhm.
Spreaker, and also where you get your local podcast from. All right. That's it. That's it for me. Go ahead, D.
Diezel Washington.
Yeah, man. When you betting on yourself, make sure you put all money in, man. And it's cool to take a breather, but just remember that the marathon continues. And I also want y'all to know this: for the next 2 weeks, Cameron will not be here. Cameron will not be here for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, that must have been a spoiler.
Yeah,
Right?
because Masquerade Cam shows up. That Cameron doesn't show up. So you're
That
right
was a
about
good.
that. 100%.
That was a good
100%.
one.
Thank you,
He will
Diezel.
not
Thank
be
you.
here. He will
Thank you,
not be here for the
Diezel.
next 2 weeks.
You know what I'm saying?
He
Thank
will not be
you,
here.
sir.
He will not be here.
Random thoughts. Your final thoughts. Your
Wow.
final
With
thoughts.
that being said, that was a perfect segue. Both of y'all sentiments and y'all expressing yourself is a perfect segue into the random thoughts, right? Today, we should do what others won't so that tomorrow we can do what others cannot. Keep in mind, to be a part of the 1%, you must do what the other 99% do not do. That is the Brandom Thought, and I just have Random Thoughts. Brandon Lee, thank y'all very much for tuning in to another great, robust episode of the Three Amigos podcast show. You can follow us on DATHREE Amigos on Instagram and the Three Amigos podcast 1 at gmail.com. Let us know what you think, and make sure you tune in also to break it down, the after show. We love you. Be
Where's the
peaceful.
red
Thank you
man?
for watching.
What's the red
It's clearly
man?
The Rock down there. And
Where's
peace.
red man?